Hey, welcome back to the Jarnagin podcast. Today I talked to Henry Smisek. He's a videographer based out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Currently, he's really honing in on concert recaps as well as music videos. He is so good with VFX. It just makes every video he makes like a little story. Definitely check out his videos. You'll know what I mean right away. This specific podcast was kind of trippy to record because there was a storm going on outside while we were recording it. It was late at night. Henry was on tour in this random town in Texas, and we're just talking shop about life and video and business, and it was really fun. You might notice every once in a while, Henry cuts out a little bit. The audio levels were just a little too low, but not really a big deal at all. It only affected about 5% of the podcast, so let's get into it.
Oh, bro, I'm excited to be here. I haven't done my first time doing a podcast.
Yeah. It's been fun, but it's weird. You know, we talk every few weeks, just normal. But once you throw it on a recording on a podcast setting, things get weird fast. But it's a good time.
It is. I have done like a little bit of. I did one interview. That was like 2 years ago, but it wasn't like a podcast. It was with like a group of people. And I was with two artists that I did a music video with.
Gotcha.
It was like a really different vibe. But this is really cool.
Oh yeah, it's a good time, dude. What have you been up to recently, man?
Dude, I've been traveling a lot
Why is that?
for work. I've been touring, doing concert recaps.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I met you a few years back. Really before. You were doing music videos, but you weren't really in the recording concert scenes.
Yeah, I think I was just getting started with music videos when I met you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was because we probably met 2020 sometime in there, and then obviously we're in a few group chats, and then just kind of kept in touch. And I'm sure that you living in Minneapolis and me living in Des Moines helped that a little bit. And then eventually your dad had an art show, and you're like, yo, pop out. So drove the hour into Des Moines, had a good time. Social media is awesome, man.
Now, I was thinking about that earlier today. And I mean, it was super exciting for me because there's not that many creators in Minnesota or even around. So with you,
Yeah.
Like what, 4 hours away?
Yeah, a quick 4-hour drive. For sure. Dude, what got you going in video? What got you going on video?
I mean, it was kind of a long start because I didn't start with video. I got my first camera because I wanted to make vlogs.
Okay.
I was really inspired by Casey Neistat
Oh yeah.
6 years ago. So back in 9th grade, every day after school, I'd watch his vlogs, and I finally saved up. And for my, 14th or 15th birthday, I got a Canon 80D, was like the same camera he had. I only ended up making one vlog, because right after that, I was watching one of his videos, and he showed me this photographer, Peter McKinnon. And I fell in love with Peter McKinnon. I'm sure you know who he is.
Yeah.
And I watched all of his videos, and I got big into photography. And I probably did photography. I mean, I didn't really do it professionally. And at that time, like, I knew I wanted to make photography or videography into a career. I just didn't know how. So I was really messing around with photography. And then after that, I found Sam Colder. I don't know if you
Yeah.
crazy travel videographer. He does really cool like transitions and different stuff like that. And I got into his stuff, and that's really when I started learning video. And at that time, I really couldn't travel a ton, so I was just kind of making home videos and like whatever I could, fun videos like that. And then I was doing that for a bit. And then after that, so I was learning like these transitional stuff for these little travel videos I made. And after that, I kind of found TikTok. That was back in 2020 now. It was right before the pandemic. Like winter 2019, I made my first like transition video It was really bad, dude. It was really bad. But then we went into like lockdown and stuff with COVID and
Right.
everything. Spent a lot of time, and I just started making like fun TikTok videos. And I started doing pretty well. I built a little following, had a couple of videos pop off, you know.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really seeing like I wasn't getting anything back from it, you know. I was building a following. Like I think one brand sent me some LED lights, so that was kind of sick. But
Yeah.
I wasn't making any money, you know. So I kind of gave up on that, and I decided, okay, I'm gonna pick one thing in video and just like really focus on that one lane, and that was music videos. So I started doing music videos like late 2020, and then going into 2021, graduated in 2021, and I decided to take a gap year. So I was still doing music videos. And that whole summer, right after that, I just kind of went crazy with the music videos. I really started working to build my name up in the local scene with music and stuff. So I was working with like a lot of local artists and just kind of started doing stuff from there, you know?
Yeah, totally. So that 80D that you have on your shelf is your first camera.
Yeah, I was gonna settle for like the T7i, but I was like, no, I'm gonna save up a little more, and then my parents helped me buy it for my birthday. And that's definitely probably the best purchase of my life, you know?
Right.
Changed my life for sure.
Right. Yeah. My first was the 70D. So, oh yeah. I mean, in my opinion, nothing beats the feel of those DSLR cameras.
They're amazing.
You're rocking with the A1 right now. I'm rocking with the A7 III, and I'm like, I just want my 70D back in my hand. I wish it was good enough. But where did you? Oh yeah, where did you get your just desire to just go after, like, I say weird things because I grew up in a small town when there was only a few things to do. So like me pursuing stuff like that was really weird. What got you into like even YouTube or anything like that?
A good question. Just like watching those videos that inspired me.
Yeah.
And I guess I probably just stumbled upon them. I mean, my whole life I've always, you know, liked creating videos, whether it was on my iPhone or some like little camera that was laying around. I feel like that's everybody's story, you know. But there's like this photo of me when I was 2. I was holding like a VHS camera for around with me and stuff. I've always loved gadgets and like knickknacks and like little, you know, whatever it is.
Big time.
And like photography and videography really is that. Like you get to build rigs and trying to figure out, like I have a bad addiction of buying gear, man.
Right.
Addiction for sure. I get the best camera, this thing, it's shooting 8K and 50 megapixel stills. I'm like, oh, what can I get next to add to my, you know? So I've always been that kind of a guy. And then I saw, you know, other people doing it online, and it's inspired me to start trying it out myself, you know?
Right. Yeah. My to all of this to where I am today started with watching my brother play Call of Duty on the Xbox. He would do that, and then I don't even know how he got into this. Of course, I'm 6 years younger, so I was just always looking up to him. And then he started editing his trick shots, which you've probably seen. Obviously, FaZe Clan's big for that or anything.
Well, weren't you doing a lot of TikToks for like technology stuff?
Yeah. So in high school, I totally had a TikTok phase. I started making TikTok videos for like Iowa related stuff. So it's like, oh my gosh, cornfields. And then they'd get like a few thousand likes. So I'm like, oh, this is sick. I'm going to keep doing this. Well, then I'm like, you know, deep down, I'm a nerd, just kind of like how you're talking about. You love gadgets. So I'm just like, I was learning how to not let other people influence me. So I'm just like, you know what? I really like computer stuff. I want to post about it. So I posted a video called How to Make Your Computer/Laptop Look Dope. That's what I said at the beginning of it. And then I talked about, I talked about how to get an analog clock on your home screen and then showed him how to install it. Got like 1 million views. I'm like, oh, I'm going to keep doing this. So I had a 20-part series, grew up to 50,000 followers on TikTok. And then I even did a thing, which now that I learned about affiliate links, I totally regret not taking advantage of this. But I know I made a thing where if you DM'd me on Instagram, I would DM you back a link to a private Discord. Yeah. So I had 99 plus DMs waking up every day, and I'd just go through and send them all a thing. Built up a Discord of over 1,000 people that just wanted to talk to me, and I didn't do anything about it. I just loved talking to people. That's all. I took advantage of it. Yeah. And you grew up in a suburb of Minneapolis, so pretty big. And you have a few friends that are in your general area. I got added to your group chat with Cade and Vlad. Didn't even know Cade was from your high school. But
there were definitely a good amount of like homies that like doing video as well. Yeah.
My hometown, not at all. Like I'm one of one, haha. But yeah, but it's been fun. So Jeff, I just talked to Jeff Baum, the kid from Tampa. I've been talking to you about that. I need to connect with Vlad. His answer was the same thing. Sam Colder got him into it, and it's just cool. When you watch those videos, just the feeling of inspiration you get from the very first one you watched, him just talking about stuff deep in his heart, and then all these cool visuals where he's just like living in this tranquil life all blended together. It's like truly awe-inspiring. Truly.
Yeah. Colder, he is definitely a neat guy and inspire a lot of people to, start doing this. I mean, for me, back to like when I was starting to do TikTok, like that's really where I started to try and experiment with doing the effects. Like I first got After Effects when I was doing all that stuff and experimenting with that. Ooh. But yeah, I mean, inspiration can come from anywhere, really.
Totally. So that was your first dabble into VFX, which I attribute a lot to you. I don't see too many VFX running around lately, but you're one of the people that utilizes it a lot in one of the best ways, in my opinion. It's fun to see you watch. Why do you like VFX so much? Why don't you just take stills, Well,
I mean, my thing lately with the concert recaps, it's been great because I've been able to travel and then also meet a lot of good people in the industry. In these videos, they're really flashy and they're fun to watch and they grab people's attention. And it doesn't take me super long to finish them, so I've just been pushing out this content and the artist reposts it and then whoever's following them sees it, and I've just been able to kind of bring in a lot of different eyes on my work through that.
Right. Yeah.
It's just like a cool way to make stuff look different and have it be fun. Like I kind of think what's the word? I try and make my videos like a roller coaster, like fun to watch and lots of movement.
Yeah.
Like movement's super key as well, and I learned that from Sam Colder. Like the movement and flow of his videos is really different. And I try and bring that into my recaps, or like they bring you through different movements and kind of going through the show, the VFX and whatever I'm doing kind of adds a fun twist to it.
Yeah. Where do you even get your ideas? Like, do they just come in your head and then you put them on paper, or do you go through 10 ideas and one of them sticks, or how does that work? Because you're bringing nothing and turning it into something. I mean, it's crazy. You'll see skylines floating into the shot, and it's insane to watch.
I mean, my process Well, it's really different for recaps. It's pretty different than like a music video, because a music video you'll go ahead and plan out the whole video before you shoot it.
Right.
Recaps kind of the opposite. I'll go out and film, and then I'm there with a blank slate. I have to like look at all the footage and try and figure out what I'm gonna do. And the first thing I usually do is I start by building like an audio frame. So I'll take like, if it's a bigger recap, I'll be using 2 to 4 songs within the 30 to 60 second time frame. So I'll go on the timeline, and I'll string together the songs, and I'll like add transitions on like wherever I think it's going to transition to the next song. And then from there, I'll start thinking of ideas and going through footage. And sometimes I'll create a theme for the video. Like the last video I did for Logic, who I'm on tour with right now, I really stuck to a theme, and that was like sci-fi and space. And that was the first time I really like stuck to a theme. Like the whole video is pretty heavily themed around that, especially because the songs I use are from an album that he made that's also sci-fi themed.
Okay.
Kind of cool.
What album?
It's called The Incredible True Story. I also used AI in that
Yeah. Yeah.
first implementing that into my work too, which was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Back to that, yes, I mean, this goes back to building the audio. I really just sit down and listen to the audio, and then think about like the footage I have and just try and imagine it. Because dude, your imagination is a lot more it's really powerful. It's more powerful than you actually think. So like in my head, I'll think of like, okay, how will these videos like flow together the best way, and what can I do to make it do that? So I'll try and bring what I think and imagine onto the screen.
Right.
I'll write it down, whether it's in notes on my phone, and then I also have a book that I write down a bunch of notes too.
Gotcha. Just like
I'm always thinking like of different ideas for effects or transitions, and I'll just write it down, and maybe I'll use it for this video or that video to like start piling ideas,
yeah.
Which I feel like some music artists do for like bars or like lyrics. They'll think of something, they'll pop in their head, and they'll write it down and use it for another song, So that's kind of how I am with my ideas for my VFX and my videos.
Gotcha. That's awesome. So you carry around pen and paper, and that's how you just write it down most of the time?
Or just my phone and notes,
Right. Yeah.
Book. It's kind of cool to have all your
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I would say for me, back to that question, like I think the music really helps me imagine and come up with ideas.
Yeah.
Because that brings the emotion and like how you're feeling, and also the pacing. Well, like pacing is a big key. Concert recaps, and as well as music videos. Like I have a pretty big music background. Like I used to play drums a lot, and I think that.
Yeah, I had a roommate walk in. I'm all good.
No, you're good, bro.
Yeah, you had drums playing?
No, I have a pretty big music background. So I've played drums my whole life, and not as much anymore with work, but I feel like kind of understanding like timing and stuff.
Right.
So for doing recaps and in music videos or anything that involves like chopping.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that too. I did just percussion. You got it crazy good. You got the music room, and you go off in your house. But I just did basic. Yeah, I just did basic percussion in middle school and high school, and I just am surprised how much I utilize just counting day to day. I mean, just in the weirdest ways, and even with videos. So no doubt in my mind that helps with video recaps as well. And I can't act like I haven't done a few or whatever, but yeah, it's crazy stuff. Some of the best moments, maybe ending a day or starting a day or just thinking, is just me sitting on my pillow, turning on the trippiest song ever, and just seeing what comes to my mind. I mean, crazy stuff will come.
Yeah, I actually never tried that.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you do it subconsciously. You're just sitting there listening. You're going to be kind of right here. Yeah.
It's like a little like creative brainstorm sesh with
Right. Yeah. one song that comes to my mind is Other Worlds by Bass Nectar. You'll have to, jot that down. That's a brain trip waiting to happen for you. That's a good first one into it. It's just any song with just a weird experience. You just start to hear, your English teacher talks about it in elementary school. They're like, yeah, you got your beginning and then you got your rising action and you got your conclusion. And we use that in our pieces every day without even realizing it. It's like, it just speaks and it's so fun. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have to have like the hook in the beginning.
Right.
As well, I always try and make the intro of the video very catching, and I try like a cool title, and sign or maybe what other client, starting it out quick. That was kind of what I messed up on. Well, I didn't mess it up, but the one I was telling you about, the Space Theme recap, I didn't make it very like catchy, so I feel like it could have performed better.
Yeah,
it did. So that's kind of a big thing with these videos as well, like kind of drop people in and then so they don't miss they don't miss like what's coming next and what.
Yeah. Is this tour you're on right now? Is this your longest one so far that you've done?
Yeah, probably by like half a week.
Gotcha.
The other one I did last spring was like 4 weeks, and this is 4.5 weeks. So,
hey, remind me who that was with. That was say that again. Modson. Gotcha. What is the workflow look like there? Are you expected to make a video per city, or do you just kind of blend a few cities together? Yeah, I was about to say.
I could do it per city, but they wouldn't be that crazy.
No.
We kind of played it by ear this tour. I mean, I talked to Logic's manager, and they said they really wanted to have like a bunch of quick videos out just to help, push the shows and sell more tickets.
Okay.
So I did a couple videos where I turned them around really fast, and they weren't very crazy. I finished editing them in like a day so they could put it out right away.
Yeah.
So the first couple I did, nothing crazy. And then once we got out, I think I did three like simple videos, and I edited them really fast. And I had time to work on a bigger video where I spent like 6 days on it.
Yeah. Was that the most recent?
While we were doing shows, yeah, that was the Space Theme one. But since then, I've done another smaller one and then another bigger one.
Yeah. And what I just wish that I could just teleport into everyone's brains is how long these dang videos take. Recording is only 10% of the process, man. I mean, yeah, you got to be good at recording and all and get the smooth motions, but man, it all comes down to like recording the clips, feeling good about it, sitting down with them after it happens, and then putting it together, and it takes days. I mean, your 60 or so second recap, that took 6 days. I mean, nuts to me, dude. I don't have the grit for that.
I mean, I really enjoy what I do, so I think that helps a little bit. But
oh yeah,
I still try and make it fun as well. Like whenever I'm jamming out to tunes and listening to good music.
Right.
But yeah, the big one I did, it was really nonstop. Like I would edit all day, do a show, stay up really late, and then on the off days I was, working till like 5 a.m. and then sleeping for like 3 or 4 hours, and then getting up and doing it again. But it turned out really nice, and I was proud of it. Yeah. After that, I was like, okay, I'm not touching the computer for like 2 days.
Right.
Definitely fried.
Yeah.
I wanted to beat it out for them. So for this tour, about the workflow, it's kind of been spontaneous. Sometimes it's nice to, talk and clarify like the deliverables. But for me, it's been a little easier this tour because we actually have 3 people working on content. Like my job is to focus just on recaps, and then we have another guy on the tour filming and making like short form reels, like moments and behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Another offsite editor in LA doing the same thing. And so I just drop my footage and he'll like pick out little reels and put like the text at the bottom,
Gotcha.
fun moments. So that's taken a lot of stress off my shoulders, you know.
Right.
So
Right.
people to just focus on the recaps.
Right. Because previously you were probably solo, I would assume.
So,
Yeah.
yep. So that is a little more stressful.
For sure. What gave you the confidence that you could pursue what you enjoy? Like, this might bring you back to high school. Like, what made you confident that you could pursue photography at the time and it would be all okay and you don't have to do all these things that people expect of you?
Up to it. Dude, honestly, like having the community on social media and like posting it and having all the homies hype you up.
Yes. Yeah, man.
Going, and then I mean, really seeing the support from the local music community with my music videos and how they were reacting to it. You know, people really like my stuff, so I got a lot of great feedback, and that just kind of pushed me to keep trying harder. So I guess the main motivator would be other people and just their reactions to my work and
Right.
using that for fuel. They're like, okay, I'm gonna make something even better.
Right.
I'm gonna try harder. You know.
Yeah.
That's like taking that motivation from all those. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been even looking over my business and just, you know, there's a few ways you can drive in more work. You can advertise more. You can blah, 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 blah. And then you can just do really, really, really good quality work. And that will get you places. And you're the best example of like, I'm going to deliver this, but get reactions to it. And then I'm going to go even further than what I just did. And like, man, you haven't touched your website in years, I bet. You don't send out anything. Yeah. You don't do any of that, which I'm inspired by, because it's just all, let me put everything through my work and it's going to deliver me.
I'd really try and let my stuff speak for itself, you know. And yeah, like word of mouth, and then just Instagram has been my main thing.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And Keith, but I'm pretty much like, yo, Wix just charged me. I'm not even using that website. I should cancel my website subscription and domain because dang.
Yeah.
But no, just post on Instagram, and then word of mouth has really got me like my biggest jobs, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it comes down to, you know, being a good person and like easy to work with and all of that, you know, because like you do good work for someone and you're a good person, they're gonna, yo, this guy. You know, word of mouth is crazy, especially in the video industry.
Oh yeah.
And with marketing too.
Oh yeah.
That's a big thing.
Right. Oh, what's your day look like waking up tomorrow? What's happening? What are you up to?
Let's see. I'm in the middle of nowhere right now in Texas. We have 2 off days. We just finished like an 8-show run. We had 8 shows within the span of 10 days. And we finished going down the East Coast, and we've been in Texas. We had 3 shows in Texas. So now we're on our way up to Denver. And since it's such a long drive, we can't let our drivers go over 8 hours. Like legally, they have to rest. So we're stopped in the middle of, well, we're at the top of Texas. So we have 6 hours to Denver. So we're just chilling. Tomorrow, the gym here is not good.
Oh no.
So yeah, that's definitely on off days. I definitely hit the gym, but no, I'm probably gonna wake up and just start editing because I got this. I'm doing like a 3P recap, like three locations, like all Texas shows. So I'm doing like a recap of where Texas stops. I'm gonna start working on that tomorrow, probably all day, and then yeah, hit the gym because we'll be in Denver. I'll hit the gym at the end of the day. Hopefully it's a better gym than tonight.
Yeah.
And charge up my gear, and we got a show the day after that in Denver.
And you're gonna miss Cade. He asked me if I was in Ames. I just missed him. I had an event while he was driving through. He was a little later than expected, so I'll see him for the first time when he's coming on his way back. I'll have time that day. Yeah.
Yo, we should link up in Denver, and he's like, no.
Yeah.
Shout out Cade. I met him in in high school, yeah. Maybe late middle school. But we were both getting into video around the same time, and he went heavy into the corporate world and all that. And now he's doing a ton of marketing stuff.
Right. Is he solo?
He's solo, yeah.
That's it.
Now.
Yeah. And living off of it.
Yep. He's doing pretty well for himself.
Good.
Yeah, he's a super smart guy. Like,
Gotcha.
he's the guy that like comes up with 50 business ideas a day, like all kinds of crazy ideas. So whenever we hang out, we're coming up with some plots and stuff.
Right.
I've been thinking about starting my own course here. It just seems like such a daunting task, but we've been talking a lot about that lately.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, my brother and I have been talking about that too. He made the point of, like, jobs aren't holding people up. Like, here in the next few years, there's gonna be a lot of side gigs starting out. So it's like, instead of like starting a side gig, how can we equip people with side gigs? And that's by like serving them courses and stuff. I don't know who told me this, but it's like they related it to, like, that's how people made money on the gold rush. They didn't mine for gold. They just sold people the pickaxes to mine for the gold.
Have you hear that? Because I swear I heard that.
Dude, I didn't tell you that. I just heard that. Maybe you told me that. I don't know. No. Yeah. I talked to Giles. He's an online friend that I'm doing work for here recently, and he just told me that yesterday. But yeah, it's a real thing. We're reliving it. But
It's digital age too. That's for sure. I mean, now with AI, like, what's gonna come of it? All that stuff now,
right.
How are people gonna do that concept with AI? We have AI courses.
Yeah. Well, anything involving text, I'm throwing it through AI. So it's like already has a very active approach in my life. Seeing you utilize AI for the first time and it really enhancing your video, in my opinion, I mean, like, I'm like, oh shoot, it's making its way into creative media. This is kind of sick. I mean, it's here.
I was trying to mix that in because I had no idea how to do it. My homie Fabe, the other videographer on the tour, he helped me, and I just sent him like the footage, and he ran it through. I think it's called Kai.
Yeah.
Like, you put in the keywords, and it'll generate an image off those, and then you'll let it use that image to animate over the rest of the frames.
Right.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I looked into it. It's really, you get like a 7-day free trial, and then it's like, I think I saw the cheapest plan was like $5 a month. So it's like, right.
For that, it's called Stable Diffusion. It's like a little harder to learn. It's through like scripts in Google Docs or something.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works. It's a lot harder, but
Yeah.
there's all kinds of ways to do it.
Right. And there's still a lot of, like, you gotta know how to use it for it to look good. You can't just be throwing that in randomly or whatever. So, people are scared about it and all. It's just like, oh, that's just how life goes. I don't know. You can't be worried about it. You just gotta be like learning how to adapt to it. I don't know.
I'm definitely a little bit afraid of AI, but I mean, it's just like when, I don't know, like regular computers came out and the iPhone and all that stuff. Like, people, well, what's gonna happen after this? And now we're here, and we got the Apple
Vision Pro.
called, like, that's on OS too. No, so it's just crazy to see what's gonna come out. I mean, the thing with AI, what I've heard is just you got to use it as a crutch and keep up with it, and you should be fine for now.
Yeah. I don't know why this dream keeps coming back to me, but I probably told you this because I had a dream that there was, what's that dude's name? I don't know the rapper's name off the top of my head. NLE Choppa. There was an NLE Choppa Lyrical Lemonade music video playing. And, like, at the beginning, it was like Cole Bennett. It was just like, this thing's gonna trip you out. And then like I remember the phone like blended into my vision and then it became a 3D music video. It was the most trippy experience ever. And I'm like, whoa, this was my dream, dude. And I'm like, we're headed this direction, man. We're about to have this as like music videos, dude. Right, yeah. We're about to be thrown on the Vision Pros to enjoy some SmizeTube content.
I didn't know about the Vision Pros. Like I saw like an ad for it it was like the camera can take 3D photos of like or whatever you're looking at. And I saw in the video, the guy was taking a picture through like the goggles of his kids playing. He's like, and then I said like, you can look back and enjoy these moments again. But then in my head, I'm like, bro, you're not even enjoying them in real life. So like,
Right,
right. Like point then. So
yeah,
that's the like scary part, you know. You'll just be stuck inside the goggles and
right,
see in replay.
Right.
So that's the weird thing about it. I'm like, well, it's like some Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
Seeing that on Netflix.
Yeah, I sure dang hope that's not what their plan is. I mean, like I heard some nice talks about like maybe the utility of it or whatever, and I'm like, okay, I guess, but like there's gotta be at least like 80% life in there. Like 80% let my eyes see things, 20% maybe to hop into a meeting or something with people across the globe. Sure, yeah, I'll throw on the goggles and that makes sense, but like dang, bro, like let's not look at everything through goggles. No thanks. I got enough weight on my shoulders.
Sure. I mean, any movie that's like that, it always comes out bad, you know. So hopefully
yeah,
good.
Right.
Like if they were the form factor of our glasses, that would be so sick.
Yeah.
Like that those capabilities.
Yeah.
Such as, but that'll for sure be technology in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I'm just scared to see what cameras will be doing in 5 years. You know, like what other specs can you guys add?
Right.
They're just upgrading every year. Like my homie Fabe, the other videographer on this tour, he's using. Are you familiar with Frame.io?
Heard of it. Yeah.
Well, like I just use it to upload projects for clients to see, but they added this new feature where through like an Atomos monitor, you can have a hotspot in your backpack, and with the Atomos plugged in with HDMI, it will upload your footage to proxies to the cloud as you're filming, so an offsite editor can get to work while you're filming.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And that's a newer thing.
Yeah, it just came out. So it'll upload for you while you're filming, and then get told right away. So technology like that's really cool. And I'm excited to see how that implements into the industry even more.
Say his name's Fabio.
His name is Fabian.
Fabian. Gotcha. Dang, he's got all the innovativeness to him.
Yeah, you know, I'm like always checking the AI news to see what's next. I mean, that's how you gotta be. You gotta stay up on the trends and
right.
And
was this trip around the first time you met him?
Yeah. Yep. Well, I met him because yeah, he was the other videographer, and we worked together really well. It's been really really fun working with him, and we get along, so it's been good.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
What do you say to people that want to start looking into doing crap like this?
See, I was preparing myself for questions like this, and then you finally asked one, but I didn't really prepare myself because I don't know. Like, for me, are you asking like any type of video or creative lane, or just kind of like concert recaps and stuff from the music industry more?
Let's start as general as possible. So let's just say like photo video.
Anything like your gig.
Yeah.
I would really say, I mean, the big niche and people with Wolfen's like Right. I mean, I'd say getting into like weddings and stuff is pretty easy for like starting out. But there's so many lanes in video and photo you can take.
Right.
I feel like you should just start experimenting and see what you like the most, and then whatever that is. What I did was music videos, So like figure out what you're first passionate about. Like just maybe go and find a friend that does that thing, and you can like second shoot. You can get a second angle. Like you can go film a wedding and get the second angle for him. It's super easy. You don't have to like do anything. You just follow him around or him or her around and get shots for the wedding. Or it could be for a music video. You could do the same thing, or just be like an assistant for that person. So just kind of shadow a job and see how you like it. And then if we find something you do like, we can do a video for free for like an artist. Like for me, you find an artist that you like and you offer them a free music video. And you do that and you knock it out of the park. You take that opportunity, you knock it out of the park, and you use that as a portfolio piece. And that's really important. Like not be afraid to do a little work for free to really get some good content to put in your portfolio. Then you can start marketing that to people,
Right. Good work speaks.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I would say, for starting out. Just kind of find what you like and dive into it. I feel like a lot of videographers and photographers, more so videographers, because there's a lot of like avenues you could take. They get caught up in trying to figure out, or not even figure out, they get caught up in doing so many different types of video. Okay, I'm doing sports, I'm doing real estate, I'm doing weddings, I'm doing, I don't know, like all these different things, and you're not progressing really much in any, because you're trying to do so many different things. So my biggest piece of advice is just to really hone in and attack one lane, and that was for me music videos. Just get really good at that one thing, and then once you find success in that, you can start branching out. But that's my big piece of advice for starting out.
Right. I mean, you're not even. You mean you have branched out? You're not really doing, music videos. You're doing like, I've gotten comfortable in the music video space. I've been working with local artists for a while. I've been feeling good about it. I've got some opportunities. And now you're shooting concerts where, like you said, it's the exact opposite workflow. Same sort of deal, same crowd hype and same people wrapping it up. But it's fun. It's fun to be able to branch out once you got some things going. But if you don't dive in really hard and love it and be confident behind it, it's hard. It's hard.
It's just hard. You have to have passion. That's another big thing. Don't do it for the money.
Right. Yeah.
Money will come.
Yeah.
Do it for the passion. Otherwise, you're going to burn out really fast. I found that out the hard way, probably 2022, the beginning of 2022, after like my first year of being a freelancer and taking a gap year. Like I was doing all these videos. I was like, okay, I'm just going to do as many as I can. I'm going to try and make a bunch of money. I ended up burning out really fast. It wasn't creativity. So doing it for the passion and having fun with it is more important as well.
Well, yeah. Well, what I get from that is you're in your gap year, and I bet you're trying to prove something to someone, I don't know if there was any of that, but I'm sure I would do that. Yeah, you go ahead.
Athletics, it definitely was like a phase for sure to, trying to figure myself out. So like, there definitely was a little bit of that in that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what I've noticed is, here's my little background of where I'd say I really started to dive off and just start living for me was I got my first A- when I was 16. And yeah, crazy. And it,
like you almost 3 days, and then you got your A-. Like, no.
No, I wasn't. Oh no, it was freeing to me. It was like, all right, I I went out of line of like what is society suspects of me. My mom asked me if I put the pressure on her. I'm like, no, it's just a societal thing. It's like, you got this expectation, be in line, keep going. Well, this first A minus like really put me and got me to the point where I said like, I'm gonna stop living for society and start going for me. So my first thing was starting what is now known as Forward Motive. I started selling clothes, had fun. I was really nerve-wracking. I wanted to sell a lot of clothes because I wanted to be that kid that like did some weird and crazy, and then that's not how it goes. You're not gonna sell a lot right away. So hopped off the deep end, got a camera to start doing those clothes, and then got into all that stuff. That was a whole other thing. Me starting to take photos was kind of weird for the people, looking at me or whatever, and I wanted to prove them right, but I'm not going to. That's not how that works. And eventually, just over time, you keep stepping out of bounds, and you keep, you're so into it to the point where none of that matters anymore. You're just doing it. I started this podcast, and it was weird because I had zero feeling of that at all. I've done so many of these weird things like this, just hopping off and trying something new. You just lose touch with whatever expectations anyone has of you or anything. And it's the most freeing thing in the world, just being able to step around and do what's you.
So it started to spell pretty natural for you.
Yes. And it was so natural that it felt unnatural in a good way. Just want to tell people how this landscape is right now. I'm very confident in myself or whatever, but from the outside, I'm an irrelevant name, and I'm making decent content multiple times a day and posting it. It's been a little over a month, and across all the short form platforms, I mean, I'm up to 77,000 impressions. I mean, that just, yeah, it's up to 77,000. I mean, just literally post daily decent stuff about things you're passionate about, and people are going to see it. Or on the opposite spectrum, give it all you got and post once a month and make it dope like Henry, and people are going to see it and people will love it. Yeah. There's people out there for us.
Oh, yeah. There definitely is, dude. I'm eventually realizing you can do full content, especially like TikTok, because it can really, if you use it right, like the way you're using it, will really transform the light. Yeah. Where for artists, I've seen it myself, where they're just consistent, they're posting good content, and then one will hit, and it will really help out their career, whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been fun. Never really been around the artist space at all, but recently I've my friend Liam Lithenaves moved to Michigan, but he's on that. He's trying to be a music artist, is doing it very well. And literally just post good content. It's awesome. You just post and you do your music, and people want to support you. I think it's awesome. Super sick. Yeah.
A lot of people are really trying to dive into music these days, especially because it's so easy to get into it. Like,
right.
In a computer and a microphone.
Right.
You can get software like for free.
Yeah.
You can put it out there to anyone to hear.
Bro, and you barely need a microphone nowadays. I'm about to make our laptop mic sound high quality through Adobe. I mean, you barely need that anymore.
Just ask AI to make a sound. You just type it in. You don't need to even sync or rap.
Right.
That's incredible. No, it is crazy. It is crazy. What are your plans moving forward with this podcast? Working on the interviews.
Yeah. Well, my thing is, there's no bad way this can end. if all of these get 0 views, I had an excuse to get on with a fun person and have a good talk. And that's good in its whole. Did you see that? Oh, someone died out there. Holy, that is insane. Dude, I told you we were about to get hit. Wow, that is crazy. Kind of want to run outside right now. Oh, what were we on about? Oh, podcasting? Yeah. Yeah, that's nuts.
You were telling me how we're just happy to have good conversations with good people.
Yes. So, yep, that's cool. Maybe I get 1 new viewer a week. After 100 weeks, that's 100 podcast viewers. And, you know, it's just...
Oh, with 100 episodes.
Right. Yeah. All the statistics say, no, this many percent don't even make it past 5 episodes. This many percent don't even make it past 20. But so you're my 5th. No. You're my 6th. I've posted 4. I have Giles coming out. That's my 5th. You'll be my 6th, and then I'll be talking to my 7th here on Monday, which all people that I've met online, and just it's dope being able to say that, and all people I feel really close to as well. It's been fun. So just branding it under myself as Isaac Jarnagin so I can talk with whoever the heck I want about whatever the heck we want to talk about, and trying my hardest to make it conversationally. But also, I want to teach people that are listening about cool things. Like, I know you got all the knowledge to give or whatever. So, yeah, I just want to be putting one out weekly and then posting clips daily and just seeing where it goes.
Yeah, I think it's special that you're not keeping it to like a small niche. Like you can interview anyone.
Right.
I know. I mean, most people you've interviewed now have kind of been in the video photography world, right?
Right.
So that's super sweet. I'm excited to see you do that. Excited to see you do like an in-person episode.
Yeah. No, 100%. It's valuable to not feel like it has to be in person either. You know. I don't see very many bedroom podcasts out there, so I'm excited to like maybe be kind of the leading factor behind like making them bigger. I don't know, fun stuff like that. But yeah, an in-person would be fun. I kind of want to get my dad on here. I like his perspective right now where he's at. He just got finished with his countertop job that he's had for the last 30 years. That is nuts. Yeah. I wonder if the podcast will mute it out, but that is crazy loud. Yeah. But he's right now trying to live out how we're living, just making something out of nothing, you know? We're just doing our thing in these days, and it's making it work, and he's trying to do the same. So it's just a fun, big, open-ended project that I get to do along the side of what else I'm focused on. Talked about with Jeff that having a personal brand never hurts you.
Yeah, it does it. I mean, everything that you've done with Ford Motive has been super cool as well. I hope that you continue to put out stuff, especially your photo books. You know, I have 3 or 3, right?
I made 2. I have a third one in my drafts. But yes, you do. 2 of 2. Stuff like that's good for the soul. I mean, it's fun putting out those pieces and having. I mean, one of my favorite sweatshirts is a sweatshirt I made when I was 16 with the Des Moines skyline on it. It's fun taking photos like that. I mean, that's a memory right there. Me and Henry were chilling with a bunch of photographer friends in Minneapolis, and it's just it's good doing stuff like that. It was so good.
That one shot got though. That was.
Oh yeah, I mean, perfectly encapsulates the day. I need to message him to get the full quality of that, because that was beautiful.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, life is beautiful. Life is beautiful.
No, it is. It is. I've been finding that, like, especially after turning 20, it makes me think about, like, how much time we have and how much time we don't have. And it makes me think about how we really have to think about how we spend our time. You know, we don't have a lot, but
Right.
it's got really deep. Sorry.
No. Well, I think the important thing too is, and what I'd say 2 or 3 times a week I'll turn on the Gary V audio experience, Gary Vaynerchuk. And his thing is like, you're 40, you're young, you have so much time also to, like, yeah, no kidding, you know, stuff like that. I think it's important to be like, we don't have a lot of time, but also you have just as much time as you need to get started on that thing that's nagging at your head. It feels good to hear that. Bro, what's next for you?
Next for me, you had, well, got 2 weeks left of this tour. We're currently heading up to the West Coast, and we'll go back down. I'll finish that up, and then I have a little bit of off time, and then I'm hopping on this other tour in July, or pretty exciting, and for a day in NF, or do a video for Corday. So that'd be pretty sick.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I'm curious to see how that goes. Kind of back-to-back tours on my
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I do well par. I think I'll be all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
After that, though, I'm not really sure. I like to try and keep things open. I'm not a big, plan out into the future guy, because I don't want to schedule something where another opportunity, because you never know what's going to come up like a month from now. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
I always try to be open to new opportunities and take every chance I can get on something, because you never know where that's gonna take you. That's also another, like, big piece of advice I could give, like, someone just starting, like, take all opportunities, unless it's like something you have like a gut feeling like, oh, that probably would be a good idea, or those are kind of fat people. But
yeah,
it's really about, taking chances and see where or something will take you.
Yeah. And no, I'm here.
And I can't see your video feed.
That's all right. It'll still be recording. Yeah, I mean, I think I could say this for you, but your biggest opportunities have probably just come from getting a random DM, and running into people you shouldn't have run into while you're at a show, and making the most out of it. So truly, you really speak behind making the most and not knowing what's going to happen, but being ready for it.
That is for sure. I mean, I wouldn't be doing this tour with Logic if it wasn't for this local artist I met at a show a couple of years ago. His name's J Plaza.
Yeah.
And I like looked him up because I was getting into the music videos. I was like, okay, who's like the bigger artist in Minnesota? And J Plaza was one of them, and he was performing on a show. So I went to that show and I connected with him. We like filmed a music video the next day, and ever since we've been doing work together, and he's really great.
Yeah.
He was friend with one of the openers for Logic's tour last year, and he connected me with him. So that's word of mouth, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just hustling, being a good person.
Yeah.
And those connections is really important. Like I said earlier. Wow. Yeah, man.
Yeah. And those OGs like Jay Plaza, like, you're gonna treat him well. Just, it's fun to have those people that you just both have full confidence in each other, and it's just, I mean, even when I was up there, you were excited to get going filming. I don't remember why I wasn't able to make it out to that shoot, but maybe I wanted to spend some time with someone there. But
Help out with one of those?
yeah, I was gonna be there for the Tesla shoot, the winter Tesla one. 'Cause you know I'm always there. I'm always there when it's -30 out. I'm not there when it's nice out. Yeah, but no, that's awesome. Yeah, you started in the scene and you took opportunities. Same with me. Same with me. Same little thing. Started taking like family photo, whatever the heck, one-time gigs or whatever, turned into reoccurring gigs, and then turned into like reoccurring social media gigs. Yours went from TikToks to photo a little bit, to music videos, to, oh shoot, we're at concert recaps now for oh yeah, that's so fun.
No, I'm excited to see where this journey takes me next. I mean, my kind of long-term plan for now is to keep doing these recaps for a bit, but then slowly transition back to music videos when I've kind of built this bigger network with connections and Google, the music industry, that are working with bigger artists, so I can start doing music videos at a bigger scale, because I was really stuck in like the local thing. But I definitely want to start working in some bigger things.
Yeah.
That would be bigger music videos and stuff.
Yeah. Are you in a bubble when you're going to new shows, or are you meeting people in every new city?
In terms of like making connections, not so much, but I'm definitely like bumping into other photographers at the shows that, they'll get like a media pass to come shoot the show, and I'll meet some people that way.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, it's just kind of like the crew. It's been super cool this tour, because my last tour was just one bus, and now it's 3 buses. There's like 25 people in the crew. We have 2 semis. Like, it's a bit bigger of a production, but nothing crazy. Like, okay, Taylor Swift has like 70 trailers for her shows, so the scale of things can really range. But our crew has been super nice, and I really enjoyed working with everyone so far.
Yeah. I mean, by the end of it, it's going to be like, yo, like, we're like 25-50% family now. It's like,
Yeah, no, they're good people.
good.
Like Logic's management, they actually used to be his videographers and photographers for his shows, and they were with him for like 7 or 8 years doing that as he grew as an artist, and they just became his management. And I'm really trying to do that with a couple artists I know. Not really like become their management, but just kind of like stick around with them while they grow as an artist. So I'm like around, photographing and not videographing, and capturing their journey with video as they grow as an artist. Because for me, it's super cool. Bigger artists, it feels like I'm stepping into their career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like hopping in. They've been doing music, and they've been a successful artist for a long time now. And it's super cool doing that. I get to experience that and work with them. But I feel like starting with like a smaller artist, someone who's like just starting out, and helping them build like their fan base and build who they are as an artist is really special. So I'm trying to do that.
Right. Yeah. Riding off hype, I mean, will never fulfill. And I see people trying to do that every day. It's about just finding your people and being there for them. I don't know. I feel like the people I'm about to say have been there from the beginning, but like Post Malone and his photographer, Adam DeGrasse, like I just think of those guys like DeGrasse? Yeah. Gotcha. Dang.
But sorry, go back to what you're saying.
That's just a duo I think of. And then, probably my top favorite duo would be Bieber and Rory Kramer. It's just like those type of relationships is just like, oh, those gotta be fulfilling and nice. I mean,
Special. Or like Cole Bennett and Juice WRLD, because
oh yeah,
first video,
yeah,
Juice WRLD he had nothing. He had no fans. And
right,
one of the first videos they did, I think it was, what was it? I think it was Lucid Dreams. That was like the first one they did that popped off, you know.
right, yep,
And they did videos all the way up until Juice WRLD passed.
yeah,
It was just,
yeah,
dang, bro, it's going crazy.
yeah, yeah. This is the craziest storm. I think the world's just hyped. I don't know.
For this
But-
podcast, bro.
Facts, yeah. It's thunder, baby. But yeah, no, dudes like that are awesome. I love it. But
Yeah, I'm really trying to do that with I'm gonna shout him out, but he's my homie. His name's Jack Silvis. I met him in middle school, and dude, he's one of the most talented musicians I know. He doesn't have anything out right now. He's like a perfectionist, and
Yeah.
the thing is, he has a really hard time putting out music.
yeah,
But he's gonna be putting out some stuff soon. We've actually filmed a couple music videos.
yeah,
I've finished them, but they've never came out because he's like, okay, this song is not perfect yet. And by that time, it's like he's already working on new stuff.
yeah,
But I'm excited to do stuff with him once he's ready.
Yeah.
I really believe in him.
yeah.
You know.
No, it's fun to have that with people. Anyways, man, it's been a freaking hour and 10 minutes. I keep saying
Keep talking, man.
I can't personally, but man, yeah, I got a shelter. Don't have the basement here, but we could try. But every pod I record, it gets longer than the last. I get sucked in. It's been all fun, but dude, I appreciate you hopping on.
Me, especially for doing my first like podcast. I have a pod, dude. I really appreciate
Yeah.
you having.
Yeah, I'll make some good clips for you, and we can reminisce. You're in the middle of Texas, recording a little pod. You'll be able to look back at. Every Monday morning, I'll listen to my pod as this. I've never heard it before, and it's like it just puts like a smile on your face. I wonder if you'll get that, but it's fun.
I didn't say anything weird or messed up.
No, we're all good.
Well, I had a ton of fun, dude. But I once again, I really appreciate you having me on. We're excited
Yeah.
to see what you do next. And I think this podcast, it's going to be, it already is, but it's going to become something really special. So keep
Appreciate that. Yeah, man, it'll be good. Power through these next 2 weeks. We'll talk before it ends, whatever. We'll hit a trip here at the end of the summer. I mean, so much fun to look forward to. But
we're definitely going to have to wrap, bro.
yeah, I'm gonna pause this thing, then I can tell you goodbye because saying goodbye on here is all weird. But have a good one, guys.
Thank you.